Namaste. This is JBN Dr. Vishal Saxena, Associate Professor in Mathematics and Statistics in Faculty of Agriculture Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss on the module single sample t-test or the one sample t-test. This module is a part of the course Research Methodology and Biostatistics of the program Bachelor of Physiotherapy 6th semester and Bachelor of Optometry 6th semester of the university, and this is important part of the various other courses of the university as well. This one sample t-test is a part or the component of the t-distribution test, and as all we know that t-distribution test is a very important test, statistical test which is based on the t-distribution, and it just compares the difference between the two mean values for the two samples or the populations, and this can be used in various states, and in this t-distribution what is important thing, that mean and the standard deviations are the important parameters by which we can just find we can apply the t-distribution test, and t-distribution best is divided into three parts: one sample t-distribution test, and independent t-distribution test, and the paired t-distribution test. So in the today's lecture we are discussing about the one sample t-distribution test, and just we have discussed that it is a very important part because in this we are just finding the difference between the population mean for a sample, and with the prescribed or the theoretical mean or hypothesized mean, and this for applying this test, thus we can apply on the various level of significance values. In general 5% level of significance is chosen for that, and test statistics can be defined in this test for the one sample t-distribution test. And in the today's lecture we are also discussing about the application part or the uses part of the one sample t-test, and how it can be useful, how it can be applied, and what is t-statistic test, and just we can see for the level of significance what kind of just test, like right hand level test or the left hand level test, or the means upper tailed test or the lower tail test, or two level test we can apply for just testing of this for testing of the hypothesis. So we are going to share some slides for today's session, and which will show the mathematical concept as well as the example part and the application part of this test. So initially just we have the part of the one sample t-test. One sample t-test is used to compare the mean of a population to a specified theoretical mean mu. So theoretical mean is always written by mu, and just this test is applicable for the comparison of the mean of a population to a specified theoretical mean. The one sample t-test determines whether the sample mean is statistically different from a known or the hypothesized population mean. So just in a very brief we can say this test is applicable to differentiate between the mean of a sample or the population and just with the hypothesized population mean. The one sample t-test is a parametric test and the one sample t-test is a statistical procedure used to determine whether a sample of observations could have been generated by process with a specific mean. So mainly just we are discussing about the mean, the difference in the mean for the just taking our population or the sample with the hypothesized population mean. Just we can differentiate between these two. And suppose you are just now we are taking one example to understand this. Suppose you are interested in determining whether an assembly line produces laptop computers that weigh 5 pounds. So in this example, how can we understand that suppose we have an assembly line and it is producing the laptop computers and whose weight are the 5 pounds. So next the to test this hypothesis. So we have just taken a hypothesis there that assembly line produces laptop computers that weigh 5 pounds and now to test this hypothesis we can collect a sample of laptop computers from the assembly line. So first we will just collect a sample from the assembly line and we will measure their weights. We will measure the weights of the sample and compare the sample with the value of 5 using a one sample t-test. Then just we will compare this with a value of 5 using a one sample t-test. So in this way one sample t-test is applicable to just compare the mean of a population or a sample with the hypothesized theoretical theoretical mean. So which is taken like as 5 hypothesized mean like 5 and just we are comparing our sample with that value. What are the uses or the applications of this one sample t-test? Statistical difference between a sample mean and a known or the hypothesized value of the mean in the population. So very important point of that, just we can compare the difference between a sample mean and a known or the hypothesized value of the mean in the population. Statistical difference between the sample mean and the sample midpoint of the test variable, and we can compare just the statistical difference between the sample mean and the sample midpoint of the test variable. So just by this we can also find the difference between our sample mean which is comparing with the sample midpoint of the test variable. So next we are defining here the hypotheses are formally defined below. So what are the hypotheses we should take for this one sample t-test? Definitely the null hypothesis will be taken as in usual way, that it will be like where the difference between the mean value true mean value mu and the comparison mean value m0 is equal to 0. So in this way we are not taking the difference between the two two means there. So one is the true mean mu and the one is comparison value m0. So there should be the difference between them is 0. The two-tailed alternative hypothesis H1 assumes that the difference between the true mean mu and the comparison value m0 is not equal to 0. So if the difference is taken 0 in the null hypothesis, so the alternative hypothesis will be that in which the difference is not taken equal to 0. And the upper-tailed alternative hypothesis assumes that the true mean mu of a sample is greater than the comparison value, while the lower-tailed alternative hypothesis can be taken as which assumes that the true mean of the sample is less than the comparison value. Now we discuss about the main assumptions. What should be the assumptions taken before the applying of one sample t-test? The dependent variable must be continuous. So the first point of the assumption should be the dependent variable which is taken in this test that must be continuous. Second point, the observations are independent of one another. So just the observations which we are taking should be independent from each other. And the third point, the dependent variable should be approximately normally distributed. It is very important point that the dependent variable, the dependent variable of the distribution, that should be the normally distributed. And the last assumption, the dependent variable should not contain any outliers. So dependent variable should not contain any outliers. And what should be the sample, because when we apply any kind of test like the chi-square test or the t-distribution test or the normally distribution test, where the normal normal statistic will be taken. So in the similar way, the t-distribution test will also consist of the t-statistic by which we have to just make our results. We have to apply our test. Understanding this process is crucial to understanding how t-distribution tests work. And I will show you the formula first, and then I will explain how it works. So t is equal to, that is x bar minus mu naught upon s under root n. So that is the formula for the t. It is x bar minus mu naught upon s upon under root n. N is the size of the sample, and s is the standard deviation. X bar is representing here mean, and the mean value of the sample, and mu is representing here the mean value of the theoretical mean value. So for applying this test, we should first find the statistic t, and then by the upper tailed test or the lower tailed test, we have to find the value of t, and we should find which area is the part of the solution, means the critical region or not the critical region. That means the null hypothesis is accepted or to be rejected. So just by that we can find our result by checking the statistic t. And so now students are advised to just learn this topic of the one sample t test or the one sample t test or the single sample t test with the concept part, and just to see what are the applications of this test and how to apply this test, because this is a very important part, and we should know here how and where to apply this test, because one sample t test or the paired t test or the independent t test are the different parts, and where and how should be these tests can be applied. So this should be known. So students are advised first learn their concepts, first understand their concepts and learn the formulas and methods, and practice for the numerical parts, just because when you do yourself the numerical portions, the numerical questions, then you will find some problems, and then you will by taking different kind of problems you can just command over the topic. And one of the main thing, just you should know here how to relate such kind of topic with the live examples, and just live example means where and how to apply these kinds of tests for practical applications. So it is important part, and with this I conclude my today's session, and with this thank you.